Hi everyone, I'm Liz.
And I'm Sissy.
And welcome back to Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch for Flosstube episode 61. Did you see my last video? I was like, hit that theme. Hi everyone, welcome back. Look who's back with me today.
Hey.
I forced her to come over.
No.
And she's still alive.
Yay.
Mom's been a little under the weather over the summer with her back. But
but I'm doing much better now, and I'm glad to be able to come back and film another episode with Elizabeth.
because she has been back to crafting.
Yes.
She has a lot of projects.
It's funny what you can get done when all you can do is lay flat on your back.
Stitching.
Yes.
And then when you can stand up, you can cut.
Yes, exactly.
She set up a cutting station at her kitchen island, so she could quilt while she couldn't really sit down for long periods of time. So
I got great use out of my son made me a cover for my cooktop.
Mm-hmm.
So when I put that on top of the island, it was the perfect height for a cutting board while standing up and not having, because I couldn't bend at the waist. So that was frustrating.
Yeah.
But so
on the road to recovery now, right?
yeah.
Feeling better?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Ready to go again.
So we have a lot of fun stuff to show you, and I'm going to start with a FFO that I finished last night that I'm very excited about.
It's very cute.
I made my first ever cross-stitch stand-up. I think it's adorable. This is from a pattern from the virtual retreat called Friendstitch that I did a few weeks ago, sometime in October, I think. September? I can't remember, you guys. I don't remember what weekend this was. But so this is an exclusive chart to the retreat. I'm sure it'll be out at some point. Or actually, now that I say that, I don't know. The Friendstitch things might be a one and done. But this was just the little small chart included in our package. And so he was actually stitched on, I think, a 10 count linen, 11 count, 20 count. I don't remember. Something big and chunky. It's a Wichelt fabric with DMC pearl cotton. And it wasn't too hard to stitch on. I was actually able to use my sewing method, and I kind of love these big chunky stitches. I think I talked to you guys about that when I first finished stitching him. And so I really wanted to make a little stand up. So I followed Vanna Pfeiffer, the Twisted Stitchers stand up tutorial almost exactly. So there's my little backing fabric, which is a Lori Holt. And I did the handmade trim, or the handmade cording with 2 colors of DMC twisted together. And I forgot to mention this in haul a couple of weeks ago, but I actually bought this little Krynic cording tool, which helps make twisting your cords together easier. It's not a must, you can do it by hand, but you could like loop the threads on something and then loop the threads on this, and then you twist it up. And that's how you make the cording.
So you made this cording?
I know, yeah.
Wow.
I'd made small, like thin pieces of cording before to do like a strawberry topper.
See a little bit.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of it.
Yeah. It turned out great.
Thank you. So if you want to know how to make these, I'll link Vanna's video. I followed it pretty exact. The only things I ran into trouble with that I'm going to point out, just so hopefully your first try goes smoother than mine, is that the bottom that you cut out the bottom circle once you have it stuffed to know how big your bottom needs to be. And I cut mine out just slightly too big. I was able to kind of hide that it overlaps a little in the back. So I feel like the front looks really smooth. The back, the cording covers it, but the back just has a little bit of excess. So I think next time I would get my measurement, cut out my circle, and then double, triple check, and then decide if I want to cut down my circle a little bit more, just so I don't end up with the bottom being bigger than the piece. But, and then the other thing I had, because I handmade this cording, this is the first time, is that when you're joining 2 colors, you have to be really careful that your thing is in the middle. And I ended up with a small piece of cording that isn't striped because my middle was slightly off. So that's the only, you really can't tell, but when it's standing up like this, but those are kind of the only 2 little minor issues I ran into. But otherwise, I love doing this. And
it's very cute.
If I have other stitched finishes that would look good like this, I'm going to do it because I think it's so cute. So now he just gets to sit up with my fall display for a little while until Christmas.
Very cute.
Yeah. Oh, and this little cording tool was probably like $10 or something on Amazon. It's a Krynic cording tool. So, very handy if you want to make your own cording. What have you finished?
Well, so I was in the holiday stitching, so I stitched and used your video to fully finish this for a friend of mine. So it was very simple. I was into, when I first started back after, my surgery, I was like, I need something simple with no color changes.
Here, I'll hold it for you.
So anyway, this one, I don't know, it was just a free pattern I found, and it was very cool. So I used your how-to, and the only thing I have left to do is finish off the back of it.
Yeah.
So
I need you to finish off that one too about a craft paper.
yeah. So I'll use my old school brown paper bag and glue method.
Yeah,
So
very
that's
cool.
what I used to do years ago.
What did you stitch this on? This was on that hand-dyed Jobelin that someone sent us,
This.
right?
I don't know.
Or was that Monaco? Oh, it feels like Monaco, maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know.
One of you lovely viewers sent this fabric in, and I'm using it up.
Yeah.
So that one was my first completely done, and it could be better. It didn't iron completely out the wrinkles, so there's a little bit of a crease.
I feel like you can even tell though.
Yeah, not in the camera, but if you look at it up close, you can see
It's
it.
just barely.
Yeah, so I don't think they'll give it back because of the wrinkle.
No.
But anyway, this was for a good friend of ours who gave my husband lots of medical advice while I was sick. So
Yeah.
I wanted to make a little appreciation gift. So I think she'll like it.
Mm-hmm.
And then...
Is it coming up on Eid?
No, I think it's already passed.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. There's two different ones, but I think it's already in the past.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then the next one that I completed, this was the first one I stitched after my surgery.
Yes.
And this was Hello from Liz Matthews, free Christmas 2020.
Yes. It's part of her, Liz Matthews does a newsletter every couple of months, and sometimes she'll include, I think she calls them celebration smalls. And so this is one of Liz Matthews' free charts that you can find on her website or in her newsletter.
Yeah. So, and it finished pretty big. I think it's like 5.5 by 7.5 stitched.
Because that's probably 28 count fabric, and I think Liz usually stitches on 40, so I bet hers is probably like 3 by 4 or something, you know. But you're on the 28 count. It's beautiful though.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to get another one of those black frames like that and put it in there.
Yeah.
Now that I know how to use the sequin pins and the foam board.
You're welcome.
To mount.
If you want an in-person tutorial, I'm here too.
Yes.
Was this the black DMZ? Just like...
Yes, it was just all black DMC.
Yeah.
Cool. I think it may have called for a fancier floss thread, but I had black DMC, and since I couldn't get to Michael's to... Or I couldn't wait. Let's be real.
I know that feeling.
You're like, I'm not gonna wait. I'm gonna make something.
I forgot to mention something on this actually. So, in Vanna's tutorial, she calls for weighting the base so it stands up, easier. And she calls for using drapery weights that you can get at like Hobby Lobby, and you can glue them down to the bottom of your board. Well, last night I was like, well, I'm not going to Hobby Lobby or Michael's, and I don't have drapery weights. So there are 10 pennies glued to the bottom of this circle, and it is nice and weighted. So I have 10 cents, which I'm sure is probably cheaper than the cost of buying a package of drapery weights.
There you go.
Weighing down the bottom of my owl. It's like nice.
Just cool.
Making do with what you have.
That's right. There's a lot of that. Okay, so next up that I stitched was, I forget where I found this, but it was
Colorado Cross Stitcher.
Colorado Cross Stitcher, yes. It was a free pattern I saw while I was scrolling through Instagram, and it actually had
words. My soul is fed with thread that's red or something. Yeah.
Yes.
It's really cute.
I was like, well, I don't know where I would put that, but I know if I just did this nice, cute little tree, I could put it on the Christmas tree. I'd make an ornament. So anyway, this will go in your pile to make an ornament.
I will, although I'll probably give you this fabric back.
Okay. And then the last one that I finished just recently is the fat quarter
fat quarter shop,
cross stitch shop, stitch along, all the trimmings,
yes,
Sal.
all the trimmings.
And so this was on some black fabric that one of you lovely viewers sent in.
I think this one's also a black Monaco.
Yeah. Or Lugana.
Or Lugana, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what the tag said on it. Anyway, I used all the called for DMC colors, and it was a lot of fun to do.
Here, I'm going to hold it up a little bit closer so you can see. Yeah, it's so cute.
It's good that you have longer arms.
Yeah, just shove it in their face. We're sitting kind of far back since there's two of us. Oh, I love that. So those are the called for DMC?
Yeah, the called for DMC. So.
Beautiful.
Anyway, but that was definitely a lot more color changing than what I had been working on. This one was much more challenging, so I had to wait till some of the
monochromatics are fun, like, because you don't have to think about it. You just are like...
And then the border, when it's, you know, just a continuous, you know, so that one was super easy.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I propped my phone. I was laying on my back and I had my phone propped up like this with the light on, shining on my fabric so I could stitch with my hands up in the air.
I have one of those little neck flashlights. You like put it around your neck and...
I know. I have a Nook flashlight.
Oh yeah, okay.
Too, but I couldn't get up to find it. I was like, my phone's always there, so.
Or you need my crazy magnifier eyes. Have you seen those?
Yeah.
They work, and they're only like $15 on Amazon.
I know.
So, anyways, okay, well, let's move into some cross stitch whips because I've been working on a few things this week. You don't have anything else in progress, right? Those you just had some finishes?
No, just some finishes.
Well, we're gonna have to start a new project for you.
I know. That's why I'm here. Drop your stash.
So first up, I want to show you guys. I made a little bit more progress on my Barbara Anna Santa's Trips.
Oh, how pretty.
I know, I love this one. I'm stitching border. I know. That's the reason I like had to stitch this is from that border. This one I'm stitching on 40 count vintage meadow rue. Is it? Or is it I think it's the vintage maple sugar. Vintage maple sugar. And I am using my own NPI silk conversion because I really wanted to stitch this in silks. It just calls for DMC, but I just kind of converted color for color. So it has a very similar look, just in silks. And I finished up this fourth block down here and worked more on the border. So that's what I got done on this one.
It's pretty.
Thank you. I know, this is like the best. And there's 9 of them, so it'll be a little square.
Cool.
Okay, and then, oh yeah, I've got a thread hanging. The next one that I worked on this week was my Winter Rose Manor. And I made a mistake on that flower, and so I was frogging and didn't finish. Oops. Sorry, making sure this is all in frame. Let's see, I'm stitching this one on 40 count Brenda's Brew with all of the called for colors, except I did brighten up my white, but otherwise everything is called for. And I just worked more on bringing this flower border down and more on the big pink house. Still chugging along. I feel like this is just going to be so beautiful when I finally get to frame it.
It is.
I really want kind of like a natural wooden frame. That's what I have in my mind for this. I don't know. So hopefully at some point in the next few months I'll have this one done so I can frame it. So that was my Winter Rose Manor. Okay. And then next up, I had a new start this week, which I'm very excited about. One of the only things I got in the haul was all of the silks to start this project, which I'll just show you those first because they're just, here, let me get them all in pretty. Look at all those silks.
And you're using your new floss cards.
These are from Kate. She sent me these little floss cards and it has like floss brand and number. And so I just wrote my NPI and my color number. And so I've been using those with this project. They're working so nice. I love this. So this chart is one I showed you. I got this while I was in Las Vegas. And this is Joyeux Noel by Barrick. And apparently I don't think this is like quote unquote out of print, although I have not double checked that with Kathy herself. But I think this one is a little bit harder to find because this is from 2013. I've Googled and found it a few places, and Stitcher's Paradise in Las Vegas is where I bought it, and I think she had more. I'm not sure, but you could try giving them a call or just call your local needlework store and see if they can order this from Kathy for you. Because this one is from 2013. So I don't think she has any charts that are strictly out of print. I think she still prints most of these. I think it's just maybe they're not in circulation right now. So maybe just ask for it. So that's my tip on that one. And then here is where I got on my new start. Let me make sure I'm in frame there. Okay. So that's where I got the first house in. I got the birdhouse, and look at the cats climbing up there to try to eat that bird. And so basically I just, I always start on the right side. And so I got my first 2 branches in and started putting in some leaves, and then did the first house. And there's 4 houses across the bottom, and then, the tree trunk kind of comes up the middle. So I just think it's so fun and so pretty. I love the kind of jewel tone Christmas colors. So this is also with all of the called for NPI silks. My fabric is a 36 count Lakeside vintage Chantilly cream, which I think she called for Weeks Angel Hair, which is a similar kind of creamy light color. So I just picked something out of my stash that I thought looked good. And luckily on this pattern, the white is usually surrounded by other colors. So it didn't really matter if my white didn't pop against the fabric because it's all kind of fill in. So yeah. So that was my new start this week that I spent most of my stitching time on because I love it. And I still have so many other things that I want to start. Like I have like 8 Christmas charts that are just like waiting, that I know I'm not going to finish anything this year because I have too much I want to do, but it's just fun to be stitching on. And I made so many Christmas decorations last year. I feel like that, who cares if I don't get that much actually finished this year? I'll have plenty to finish for next year.
Well, I've got plenty of them finished for you. So
okay.
All you need to do is
great.
complete the a finishing day, or I need to finish the rest of my ornaments.
I know. Maybe now that I'm getting my office clean, we could schedule one before I mess it all up again. I spent yesterday in here trying to clean. The tabletop is better, but not the best, but at least the rest of the room is clean. So next step is going to be, I had some organizing ideas for how to like reorganize some of my cross stitch finishing supplies and like actual like fabrics and threads and stuff, just to like make it a little bit easier. And I kind of want to put some shelves above my sewing machine.
Oh yeah.
To potentially do like keep all the sewing stuff over there, so none of it's over here, and just kind of keep it like cross stitch. So I don't know.
Yeah,
these are my ideas. I also need a paper tray because I'm using this weird. Yeah, you see that white box? Oh, it's like a magazine file on its side where I'm just stacking my printer paper and my labels.
It works.
I know. So, anyways,
recycle and reuse.
Should we talk about sewing?
Sure.
I have not done any sewing this week other than this little guy. I just sewed this together, which took 2 seconds, because I didn't start cleaning in here until yesterday. And so this week I have not wanted to come in here because it's just been a mess and I didn't want to deal with, I was a little bit sick this week. I had a allergic reaction to an antibiotic I was put on. So I was a mess for a full day. So anyways, I didn't get any sewing done. I just laid in bed and stitched, but my mom got some sewing done.
Yeah, so I have,
we'll do cut-ins too of the videos, but.
Okay, so this was a fat quarter that you gave me.
Yeah, this is part of my fat quarter shop, fat quarter club, like Moda fat quarter club.
Oh, okay.
So, and I have like so many Christmas fat quarter bundles and like 3 Christmas quilts in progress that I knew I wasn't going to get to this. So I was like, Mom, do you want it?
So I found this pattern online that I liked, and it reminds me of stacked Christmas presents. And it reminds me of how our tree looks every year at Christmas because there's so many of us.
I know.
And there's so many presents.
There's
and
so
you
many.
Can't even walk in the living room.
No.
So anyway, it's you'll see it
Well,
was only going to be 3 panels wide. And I'm like, but I still have fabric.
She can't let any fabric go
I can't let fabric go to waste. So anyway, I was like, I added this last little section over here. And then I realized, oops, you don't have quite enough fabric. So I had some other Christmas fabric from another quilt.
Yeah, I recognize that one.
Yeah, that one. And then there's some other random ones in here throughout to fill in.
But it's so cute.
It's 80 by 80.
What did you just use the white fabric?
I just got
strips,
white
or
Kona
jelly
cotton.
roll, or did
I
you have?
bought
You bought
fabric
just a white yardage.
and cut it. Yeah. So this was easy to do at my new cutting table station.
Yeah. But this would be a very jelly roll friendly quilt too, if somebody had a jelly roll to cut up, because it's just strips staggered.
Yeah.
So
yeah, super easy. And there's a pattern out there for this. But I just looked at it and I was like, it's just strips. And I just came up with my measurements and decided what I wanted
and it's beautiful.
it to look like. So,
you want me to hand you your phone?
I'm not going to answer my phone while we're filming.
Well, we could take a break.
Okay, so the other one, I have two others. So the next one is one that I've shown some of the blocks before, because I started it last year at the beginning of the pandemic from other fat quarters that you gave me.
Yeah.
And so I finally figured out how I wanted to finish it. And what I ended up doing was, again, I think I made some of the small blocks that I showed.
Yeah.
To try to make it a little bigger, because it was only going to be like 3 blocks by 4. And that wasn't going to be very big.
Yeah. We're a tall family.
Yeah.
We like long quilts.
We need to cover our toes with the
Yes.
quilt. So anyway, I decided, well, you know what? We'll just make it scrappy. And so this very center one, you can see how this block should have been all one fabric, and it's not. So I just...
She got scrappy with some of them to make sure it was the size she wanted. Oh, like right here. This one's a little bit scrappy too, right?
Yeah. This whole block. And then some of them don't even have, they're mix and match.
Yeah.
So
we'll show you the big picture. It looks beautiful though.
But yeah, so it
came out big, right?
Yeah, it's like,
is it a queen bed size?
Probably 80 by 80.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was...
Mel and Sam can enjoy that on the guest bed.
Yeah. They're going to have a lot of quilts.
I know.
And then...
Oh, this one is so cool. Oh, I wish I could remember her name. But so when I was doing my 1-year anniversary, a lovely woman sent me a big box of stuff to give away or to keep. And I kept the fat quarter bundles from that box she sent me. And both of the fat quarter bundles you sent me are in this quilt and look amazing.
Yes. I was so shocked because one of them was like all grays and blacks. And I was like, well, I don't know. And then the other one was so
all those
bright
colors.
Yeah. I saw on Instagram again this quilt pattern with the...
I think they're called quarter
squares.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, it was super easy. I did some Googling and it was super fast. You cut out 2 big 18-inch squares and you sew X's, and then you cut them apart, and then you mix and match them with others that you've done.
I've never done a quarter square blog. That's interesting. So, now I want to though. Seeing this, the mix of fabrics, is so cool. Like if you just have a lot of kind of like lights and darks and different colors, like that looks. It's so much. Here, let's turn it over to the. So we'll show the big picture. But
I think there's only 7 of the non-blacks and grays. But when you look at it, it does not look like...
it doesn't look like just a black and gray quilt. You see all the pretty pops of color in there.
Yeah, so I just really love it. And
they
were from 2 different designers even.
Yeah.
But they looked great together. So
yeah, it's beautiful.
That is my 3rd that I finished since I was here last. And I don't know if you want to...
Yeah, if you want to show
see what else.
Yeah. What do you have in progress?
What I have in progress. What I have in test mode.
Yeah. She just told me about this last night. She can't keep a secret.
Come on. Neither can she.
No, I can't.
So, here are my pieces.
Oh, look. Can you tell?
And
the quilters might be able to know what she's working on.
And the big center. And... outside, although I'm actually not using this piece because it's going to be rounded. So those are all pieces for a double wedding ring quilt. So I found that pattern online. It was a free old McCall's pattern from the 90s. And it was like, here's the pattern, cut out the fabric, sew it together. And that was about the extent of the instructions. They had a picture of how to put the pieces together, but no real instructions like how to really do it, because they have you sewing like a square of 2 by 2, a 4 square patch, and onto this unfinished ring, and I'm like, yeah, no. I mean, so this was one of my first attempts, and so I'm in the process of ripping it out because it, you know, it's all, you can see it's all scrunched up down there in the corners. So
was that a Y seam or no?
I don't know. It was a made up seam. I didn't know, like I said, there were no instructions, so I just made it up. So anyway.
Did you do Googling? Did Missouri Star have a video?
No, but I found some from Victoria Finley Wolf.
That's right. Okay.
So she did some tutorials about her book. She's got a book and a class on this, and I was ready to go sign up for the class, and I found this YouTube about her book, and I thought, well, I'll try this first. So this is the one that I just did this morning after watching that. And this came out, well, you can't really tell, but it did come out much better and
it looks great. Yeah.
Than the other one. Sorry, the fan's blowing this
fabric.
So anyway, so yeah. So, and then these are some of the earlier
you didn't show me that one.
Attempts.
That's so cute though.
So yeah. But you can see it's like not, you know, there's nothing square about that.
It's fine.
So, and considering who, you know, I'm making it for, I knew it better be a little bit closer to square.
Stop it. I'm only picky about my own work.
Yeah. And this was another one that
what even is this fabric?
So this white was an old sheet from Target, a linen bed sheet that ended up in my stash. And I was like, well, you know.
Just test with it.
Just test with that. And then this is the only one I did where I did like a Scrappy ring, a piece ring, just to see how that would go. And I actually foundation paper pieced it. Onto just, well, not foundation paper, I was just printer paper. And I quickly decided, that's not for me.
I have done a few of those. Remember Allison's Weekender bag with that diamond block? That was paper pieced on a piece of printer paper. And it was cute, but I was like, I cannot. How do people do this? Like, I made one and I was like, and I'm done. Foundation paper piecing is not for me.
By the time you sew it and then you have to rip off the paper, and I'm like,
yes. I know.
I need to be
and I know they make like thinner paper specifically for that purpose, but I was like, you know.
So, but again, I was just using what I had. And then I actually bought a double wedding ring. You can see it better here. This set, because I saw it online. And it makes a smaller one, a smaller version. So I don't know. I mean, it's got.
I kind of want to try it just to test it.
It's got all the little. It's got all the little notches. That's supposed to make it easier to line up your cuts, but there's so many of them. That it's like you have to cut it, and then you have to cut the notches. And I guess, you know, more experienced people can cut multiple layers at once. I can't. I just, you know, I'm like a one at a time. And so, but so we'll see. I mean, this one, there's a YouTube video on how to make it, and the lady does it, and she uses a jelly roll for the center pieces, and this little tiny piece, this little wedge right here fits perfectly on a jelly roll. And you flip it. So you cut it one way and then you flip it over and put it right next to it and cut it. So it looks like it would go super fast. But again, you know, I don't know.
Just play around with it.
I'll play around with it and see. But eventually, maybe before the wedding, maybe not.
Listen, all of my sister's 30th birthday quilts don't get to them until their like 33rd birthday. So,
well, you know.
Hopefully Rob and I are still married when you finish.
You better be. I'll do the back last.
Okay. And wedding news, Mom got a dress for the wedding.
Yes. I was so excited. I ordered one online because I'm not up to going in and shopping yet. And I thought, let me just look and see, because it's the end of the summer season. So a lot of stuff, you know, should be on sale. And sure enough, I found the perfect
it's like the perfect shade of blue, and it's beaded, so it's all
beaded,
fancy, and it'll match
some
my sparkles.
When you're the mother of the sparkle pony, you have to have a little sparkle. Not much, but a little.
She and my friend Erin came with me last weekend when I tried on and found my sparkle pony dress. And I was like, I think I was like a little hesitant to put it on at first, but then I came out and you guys were both like, oh my gosh. And I was like, right? Okay, it's pretty cool.
Well, I just love the fact that we walked in the store and they weren't quite ready to meet with us yet. And she walked over and was looking, and the first one she kind of pulled out to look at was the one she ended
because
up
it was
buying.
just like the most sparkly, like over the top thing, and I was like, ooh. And then we tried on, or I tried on like 5 dresses, and I was kind of like, yeah, okay, I don't know. And then the girl was like, all right, let's start over, kind of, you know, like what do you really want? And she went and pulled that one, and I was like, okay. It's like, maybe I do want just full sparkle.
You got it.
And I got it, so.
Yes, it's very, very pretty.
Yeah, so next up for wedding stuff is just, we're going to go back and do tastings for all the food. So we can pick food. If you and Dad want to go to Las Vegas at some point in January. Okay.
Yes,
okay.
We do.
Okay, great. Come taste food with us. And then we just have to like plan decor and stuff and all the fun things. So
Yay.
It's getting exciting.
I know. It'll be here
and I
before you know
just
it.
ordered save the dates.
Wow.
So, yes.
Can't wait to get mine. Add it to my collection.
Listen, it goes on top of that collection.
I know. I'll remove all the others from the refrigerator. And just have
Abby's
yours.
already married. Take that down. Just kidding, Abby. She doesn't watch these, but my cousin Abby, she's the one I showed you guys that sweet little wedding pillow I made. She got married in August.
Well, I still have Allison's hanging up there.
Oh, do you? How long's Allison married? 7 years? 6 years?
No, she got married in 2013, so it's almost 8 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. No, it is 8 years. They got married 8 years in August.
Oh my gosh, they've been married for 8 years?
Well, Charlie's 6.
Yeah, okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah, wow.
Time flies.
I know. I'm the old lady bride out of everyone. I'm 38. I was joking with Abby about that. I mean, Abby was only 30 when she got her 31.
30.
30. And about like kind of like a lot of wedding stuff is geared, you know, towards girls in their 20s. And just, you know, but it's fine if all the wedding people I'm dealing with think I'm in my 20s, no problem.
Okay.
But I'm like, cause at the bridal shop, I don't know if I even told you this, but I was calling to make the appointment and they were asking me a ton of questions. And the girl goes, will the person who has the privilege of purchasing your wedding dress be at the appointment? And I was like, that's me. It's like, yes, I will be there. I was like, what a weird way to phrase who's buying your dress and will the credit card be on hand to buy the dress? I was like,
can we close the deal while you're here?
Yeah, that's basically what they wanted to know. But I was like, I'm buying my dress and I will be there. Anyways. But you forget, like, I don't know, whatever. I'm sure it's, you know, just a different thing sometimes. But yeah.
I made my wedding dress, so I went through none of that.
And yours was beautiful. Oh my gosh, she has her veil that is so pretty, and I don't think quite matches my sparkle pony, but did Allison wear it? Right?
Yeah.
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 And did Mel or no, just Allison?
No, Melanie wore the tiara, but not the
veil.
Not the veil.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, she just had like plain netting because she didn't. The lace would have conflicted.
Yeah,
because
she has a super lacy
dress.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
but yeah, so we bought a tiara many years ago, and when we went traveling, I think that was from San Francisco, and then we bought a lace garter with blue ribbon from Belgium with Belgian lace, handmade Belgian lace. When we were walking through one of the shops down there, that was when we went when Kay was there. So
early 2000s, right?
Yeah, 2001, I think. So
wow.
Yeah. So we've got like 3 things, and then I have that Waterford glass bride and groom.
Oh,
that's about maybe 12 inches tall.
Can we bring that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
It's still in the original packaging, so it'll be protected. So.
Okay. Fun. Wedding planning. All right. Well, I have some fun things that were sent in hauls, so let me organize those, and I will show you what I got. Okay, so the only thing I got in haul was Hobby House Needleworks, and those were the silks for my new start. And then I also got a piece of 36 count vintage country mocha, and they always package it in these cute little paper bags. And I thought I might use this, but it ended up being a little bit darker than what I wanted. So I switched to that vintage Chantilly cream. But now I just have a piece of 36 count vintage country mocha on hand. And then I got quite a few, well, 3, I think, lovely, lovely gifts in the mail that I want to show you guys. So I posted about my wool applique finish that I did, my little joy pillow, you know, and Stephanie reached out to me about these little scissor pockets that she likes to make, and I am totally going to make some of these now, but she sent me one that she handmade, and look how cute that is. It's got a little snap in here to keep your scissors all nice and neat in the little pocket.
Oh, how cute.
I know. And she sent me a new pair of scissors. Like, yes,
wow.
Scar. Love a new pair of scissors. So yeah, she handmade this little felt scissor
size.
I know. And so now I like totally want to make some of these. I'm sure there's templates and stuff online, so I'm gonna look them up. So she sent me these, and then she sent me some of her little floss cards that she had made, and it's just a lovely little girl sewing. So, and a lovely card that looks like she might have handmade it. So thank you, Stephanie.
Nice.
I know. I love that. Oh, and she was, well, it has my address on it, but she was worried about it needing more postage. It came just fine. All your stamps worked. Okay, so then next up, I got a package from Wendy, who runs From the Heart Needle Art by Wendy. She sent me a little card with a note, and she was watching probably last week or the week before a video where I was talking about wanting to stitch a little ring bearer pillow, and she's like, "Hi Liz, I have a pattern for that." And I was like, "What?" And so she offered to send it to me, and it is so cute. Look at that. I actually, so I mean, this is a little ring bearer pillow, and this is like the bigger kind of wedding piece, but I actually might stitch that text, like the today, tomorrow, always, as the wedding bearer pillow. Or maybe I'll just do, I don't know, I haven't decided yet, but I'm totally gonna stitch this. And I think it's beautiful and just so sweet. And it comes with a big alphabet, so if you want to add numbers, dates, names, you know, anything like that. And I think it would be so cool to have it like framed in a shadow box when I'm done with like a wedding photo behind it of probably my nephews who are going to carry it down the aisle. And their cute little suits.
You might need to make 2 pillows.
I'll make them both a pillow. Yeah, one can hold mine and one can hold Rob's. That's true. Charlie was saying he wanted to say and what he has to wear. I'm like, all right, buddy, take a back seat. I get the say. Just gonna be a little blue suit. But yeah, so okay, and then she also sent me, I think she said I was like one of the first people to have this because this is a brand new release, and she knows I've been stitching all of the Christmas. So she sent me her brand new release called Quaker Bells, which is this just super cute Quaker style Christmas piece. And it's called For All Glorianas, which I've only worked with Gloriana silks once, and they're just so pretty. It's a variegated silk. And so she sent me her new, I think it says, I heard the bells.
Very
cool.
Pretty.
I know. I know. It's so cool. So,
is it only 3 colors?
Yeah. I know. You want to stitch it?
After you finish, I do.
So, yes, thank you, Wendy. I'll link Wendy's website down below if you want to. She has an Etsy shop if you want to check out any of her Wendy's charts. Thank you. Okay, and so then Jill reached out saying that she had a few charts that she wanted to send that were stuff she wasn't going to stitch or were extras or whatever. And I was like, okay. And then a huge priority mailbox showed up with this big ol' stash, and I was so excited looking through all this earlier in the week. I'll show you a few of my faves or the ones that are on top because there's like 30 charts in here, I think. But one of them was this full little Mill Hill kit, which is so cute. So you know those frames, they make them sized for these pieces especially too, to like do the little, so this is like a little fall themed Mill Hill kit that comes with. all of the floss and the beads. And then Rob loved this one. It's called the Addams Family by Plum Street Samplers, and I'd never even seen it before, but I know I'm gonna have to stitch this one for next year. I loved it. And then I pulled those out to see if you wanted to stitch any little ornaments, because these are right up Mom's alley. There's some little Lori Holt stitch cards. And look at the little quilt pattern she sent.
Oh, how cute.
It's watering cans.
Oh, I'll have to try that.
I know. I mean, there's just so much goodness. There are several duplicates in here. So this is definitely going to get sorted into giveaways and keeps, and we'll see. I have to go through it all again because I just very excitedly glanced through it and was like, okay, let me save it to show my video, and then I'll sort through everything. But thank you, Jill, so much. It's so appreciated. So we'll put it to good use.
Definitely.
Okay, so future editing Liz, breaking in to the end of this video because I totally forgot to do my giveaways. I have the 2 charts from last week to give away, and then I have a very fun new giveaway to announce to you. So random insert. My mom actually called me 5 minutes after she left my house, and she was like, we forgot to do the giveaways. And I was like, yes, we did. I'll add that clip in. So let me announce, I had 2 giveaways from last week. The Bent Creek Rose that were kindly provided by Carla at Cobweb Corner. Thank you, Carla. So first up was the Spooky Row. So cute. And the winner of the Spooky Row is Jack and Bonnie Brewer. That's your YouTube name. I'm assuming it's Bonnie. Hi, Bonnie. So I'll put your name up on the screen. So just send an email to my email address listed below and send me your address, and I will send you your Spooky Row. And then the winner of the Christmas Row is Joyce Andrews. Joyce, you've won. Send me an email and I will get this sent out to you. Thank you guys all for entering. And now I have another giveaway that I think you all be excited about. So Alyssa from Stitchonomy reached out to me about her Christmas sow. So she runs a website called stitchalong.com. I'll put it on the screen, but stitch-along.com. And she hosts all kinds of free stitch-alongs. If you sign up by a certain date, the stitch along is free. So you join her newsletter, you get the stitch along, and then she also sells some kind of limited edition supply packs that go along with the stitch along that have like fabric, floss, and little charms. And so if you go to her website, you can see examples of what some of the previous stitch alongs have looked like. And it's really cool. You have until December 10th to sign up for the upcoming Christmas stitch along that actually starts on Christmas Day. So she has kindly offered to give one of you guys a supply pack to go along with the free stitch along. So if you're interested in participating in her Christmas stitch along, all you have to do is go to her website, which I'll have linked down below, and sign up for her newsletter, which will send you the free stitch along, like the free pattern, and then one of you guys will get a supply pack as a giveaway winner, which is so kindly. It'll be shipped from her directly, so I'll pass along your information. So if you would like to be entered to win the Stitchonomy supply pack for the mystery stitch along, just go ahead and leave a comment below and just use the word Stitchonomy. I'll put it on the screen and spell it for you. And go over to Alyssa's website and sign up for her newsletter for the free stitch along so that you'll make sure you get the pattern for free along with your supply kit if you win. So yeah, super easy. And thank you so much for Alyssa for reaching out and offering this generous giveaway. So I will pick the winner for that in next Sunday's video. So you should have the supply kit, you know, that's 2 months before Christmas. You'll have it in plenty of time before the stitch along actually starts. So yeah, that's the giveaway for this week. Okay, back to me and Mom wrapping up the video. I think that's all I have today. Have anything else you need to talk about or show?
No, I'm back to work now, so stitching has slowed way down. So yeah.
Just tell them your back still hurts. Just kidding.
Yeah, you know.
I know, they're pretty nice to you for a few months there. I guess you can't take too much advantage.
Yeah, the fact that I still have a job to go back to is
I know.
amazing. So
Yes.
anyway, but I'll probably, do a little more work on this and trying to get the seams to line up and not have an inch left at the end of each seam.
It'll be great. I'm sure they build in extra.
Yeah.
I kind of want to try. You might have to let me play with that template.
Yeah, I'll leave it for you.
Okay. I kind of want to attempt one. Like maybe I can make a little pillow.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, thank you guys for joining us, and I'll be back next Sunday for a Halloween. A very spooky, no, it won't be, but it'll just be me in a Halloween sweater. Probably showing you Christmas stitching, similar to last year's Halloween video. See you guys next Sunday. Bye.